Shalom, everybody. We're going to do another reading from Bereshit or Genesis, and we're going to do Genesis 6. Little prefaces, a little maybe a preamble. Genesis 6 is very interesting, especially to me, because there's a lot of things that I think a lot of people gloss over. There's some important concepts and things that are brought up. We're going to be talking about righteousness. We're also going to be talking about what some people would say giants. We're going to be discussing the Nephilim. Now, I do know that there's some out there, some within belief, don't believe in the giants or the Nephilim. It's like, well, you don't understand. Man was a lot taller. It's like, it speaks of Nephilim. And we can go into some of the non-canonicals, and we're not going to do that here. We're going to be talking about what we consider the 66 books of the Bible. We're not going to worry about the ones that have been taken out yet. So, also, slightly touching upon this is talking about the fallen, those that fell to the earth, essentially the fallen angels, the Hasatan, El Shaddai, the Nahash, people, Satan. Doesn't quite bring up him per se, but it does bring up the fallen, the sons of God. Those would be the messengers, or how modern translations go, would be the angels. And I am drinking water. So, let us begin. Bereshit 6. And it came to be when men began to increase on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, and they were good, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And Yahweh said, My spirit shall not strive with man forever in his going astray. He is flesh, and his days shall be 120 years. No, just 120. No, there's no 9 in there. And his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of Elohim came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, the men of name. Zeus, Odin, Ra, possibly, maybe. I know some of you are, we don't know, but they were the mighty men, the men of name. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every inclination of their thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And Yahweh was sorry that he had made man on earth, and he was grieved in his heart. And Yahweh said, I am going to wipe off man whom I have created from the face of the ground, both man and beast, creeping creature and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Yahweh. Grace. He found grace, also known as favor. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Yahweh. This is the genealogy of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, perfect in his generations. Noah walked with Elohim. I'm going to pause right there for a little bit. Right there, Noah was a righteous man. What is righteousness? If we flip to First Luke, we are actually given what righteousness is. So if we go to First Luke, whoops, there we go, First Luke. We will go to First Luke, we'll start at 5. There was in the days of Herodes, the sovereign of Judah, a certain priest named Zachariah, of the division of Abiah, and his wife was the daughter of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Elsheba. Elizabeth, Zachariah and Elizabeth. And Luke 1:6, and they were both righteous before Elohim, blamelessly walking in all the commands and righteousness of Yahweh. Righteousness is doing all that Yah asks. You're following what he has asked of you. Following the commands. Well, what commands was Noah following? The commands that had been passed down from Adam to Seth, also to Cain. Cain knew right from wrong. He knew the rules. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder. Cain knew that. That has been passed down. Be fruitful and multiply. And this one, he was perfect in his generations. Uncorrupted blood. He did not have blood of the fallen angels. We go back. The sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, and they came into them, and they were bearing children, the women, not the men. Man is man, woman is woman. And Noah walked with Elohim. God made flesh, walked with Noah. God made flesh, walked with Enoch. 6:10. And Noah brought forth 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the earth was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. And Elohim looked upon the earth and saw that it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on earth. And Elohim said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And I see, I am going to destroy them. I'm going to destroy them from the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and outside with a covering. And this is how you are to make it. The length of the ark is 300 cubits. Its width is 50 cubits, and its height is 30 cubits. Make a window for the ark and complete it to a cubit from above, and set the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. And see, I myself am bringing floods. And see, I myself is bringing floodwaters on the earth to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life from under the heavens. All that is on the earth is to die. And I shall establish my covenant with you. I'm going to establish a new contract. A new contract. A renewed contract is going to be given to Noah. He's already created a covenant with Adam. Be fruitful and multiply. We're going to add to this. We're going to bring the covenant stack. So he's going to make a contract, a covenant with Noah. And I lost my place. Please bear with me. Okay. And I shall establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. 8 people. And of all the living of all flesh, 2 of each you are to bring into the ark. Keep them alive with you, a male and a female. Of the birds after their kind, and of the cattle after their kind, and all the creeping creatures of the ground after their kind, 2 of each are to come with you to keep them alive. As for you, take of all food that is eaten and gather it to yourself, and it shall be food for you and for them. And Noah did accordingly to all that Elohim commanded. So he did. Now, we're going to go into, let me see, do I want to do 7 today? Let's do 7. Because a lot of people make mistakes. They actually believe that Noah only brought 2 of each. Yes, he brought 1 male, 1 female. That's 2. Okay? That's 2. 2 of each. 1 male, 1 female. But if we go to chapter 7, and Yahweh said to Noah, come into the ark, and you and your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. So 2 things we know of. He's been listening to the commands of Yahweh, and he has basically clean DNA, clean blood. He doesn't have fallen angel blood. Of all the clean beasts. Oh, Leviticus? Wait, Genesis 7, of all the clean beasts? Take with you 7 pairs. 7 pairs. A male and his female. And of the beasts that are unclean, 2. A male and a female. And of the birds of the heavens, 7 pairs, male and female, to keep offspring alive on the face of the earth. For after 7 more days, I am sending rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights. And after 7 more days, I am sending rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and shall wipe from the face of the earth all that stand that I created. And Noah did accordingly to all that Yahweh commanded him. Now, Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters were on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives went into the ark because the waters of the flood. Of the clean beasts and of the beasts that are unclean, and of the birds and all that creep on the earth, 2 by 2 they went into the ark. To Noah, male and female, as Elohim commanded Noah. Yes, I know I paused at the wrong times. And it came to be after 7 days that the waters of the flood were on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 2nd new moon, the 7th day of the new moon, on that day, all the fountains of the great deep were broken, and the windows of the heavens were opened. And rain was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. This is the first time it ever rained on earth. Mist came up. That's how water was about. On that same day, Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons were with them, went into the ark. And every life form after its kind, and every beast after its kind, and every creeping creature that creeps on the earth after its kind, every bird after its kind, every bird of every wing. And they went into the ark to Noah. They went into the ark to Noah, 2 by 2 of all flesh, in which is the breath of life. And those going in, male and female of all flesh, went in as Elohim had commanded him. And Yahweh shut him in, and the flood was on the earth 40 days. And the waters increased and lifted up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. And the waters were mighty and greatly increased on the earth. And the ark moved about on the surface of the waters. And the waters were exceedingly mighty on the earth. And all the high mountains under all the heavens were covered. The waters became mighty, 15 cubits upward, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died, the creeping creatures on the earth, birds and cattle and beasts, and every swarming creature that swarms on the earth, and all mankind. All in those nostrils was the breath of the Spirit of life. All that was on the dry land died. So he wiped off all the sand which were on the face of the ground, both man and beast, creeping creature, and bird of the heavens, and they were wiped from the earth, and only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. And the waters were mighty on the earth 150 days. So our juvenile teaching of Noah's ark is he was on the ark it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Clean animals 7 by 7, not 2 by 2. That was unclean. When you read the Bible, you see clean and unclean from the get-go. It wasn't just added later on. It was from the beginning. We're going to stop there. I think that's a good place. We did 2 chapters today. And another interesting thing is there was a remnant. Yahweh spared a remnant. A remnant is not a very large group or number of people. A remnant is very small. We'll touch upon Revelations maybe later when we do some tie-overs. So, 8 people was the remnant. In the end times, when we read within Revelations, a remnant is spared. That's not the entire population of the earth. That's a little bit of a wake-up call. So, with that, thank you for listening. Thank you. I hope you truly enjoyed this. Till next time, we will go over chapter 8. And with that, shalom, shalom. And until next time, I'm out. Thank you very much.